What happens when you reach the absolute peak of fame, money, and success, only to suddenly vanish from the stage? Imagine for a moment being at the very top of the world, with millions of people screaming your name, and every single song you release turning into an instant hit. You are the king of the industry, the one everyone wants to be like. But then, in the blink of an eye, there is nothing but silence. This is the mystery surrounding Wesley Safadão, a name that resonates in every corner of Brazil. For years, Wesley was more than just a singer. He was a cultural phenomenon who revolutionized the forró genre. He brought a modern, high-energy vibe to traditional music, and the public absolutely loved it. Let's talk numbers because they are genuinely staggering. We are diving into the world of one of the most expensive cachets in the entire country. At the height of his career, Wesley was commanding over 500,000 reais per show. Think about that for a second. That is a fortune for just a few hours of work on stage. And he wasn't just doing one performance here and there. He was a touring machine, often performing 3 or 4 times in a single weekend. The money wasn't just coming in. It was flooding his bank accounts. He was the undisputed face of Brazilian success. But then, a massive shockwave hit the entertainment world. Out of nowhere, he announced an indefinite hiatus from performing. The news left the media and his fans in a state of total disbelief. Was it just a temporary break, or was there something much deeper lurking beneath the surface? The wealth he accumulated is the stuff of legends. We are talking about private jets that could whisk him away to any destination at a moment's notice, avoiding the chaos of commercial airports. His fleet of luxury cars is enough to make any billionaire jealous, and his mansion in Fortaleza is a true palace of modern design. This is a man who went from the iconic high-energy shout of "Vai Safadão" into total, eerie silence. How do you go from that level of noise and adrenaline to sitting in your living room, away from the spotlights? It's a transformation that few could ever understand. He had every luxury imaginable, every comfort money could buy, yet he chose to step away from the very thing that built his empire. The mystery deepens when you start looking at the rumors. People everywhere were asking, was it a severe health crisis that he was desperately trying to hide? Was there some sort of hidden family drama involving Malide Mihaly or Thayane Dantas that finally reached a breaking point? Or perhaps it was a profound spiritual awakening that made him realize fame wasn't enough? Today we are peeling back the layers of this story to find the truth behind the man who had everything. The timeline of his recent career looks like a chaotic map of canceled tours and cryptic social media messages that left the Safadets worried and begging for answers. One day he's the king of the charts, and the next he's practically a ghost in the industry. It's truly wild to think about. Honestly, could you imagine walking away from millions of dollars just to find a little bit of peace of mind? Because that is exactly what seems to be happening right now. It takes an incredible amount of courage to say no when the entire music industry is screaming yes. But before we dive into the juicy and often controversial details of his sudden disappearance, we need to take a look at how this all began. We have to understand how he built this massive financial empire from the ground up. This isn't just a story about a singer. It's about a man who became a brand, mogul, legend. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. To understand how we got to this silent pause, we have to look at the legendary rise of the man himself. Wesley Safadão didn't just appear overnight. He climbed every single rung of the ladder with the band Garota Safari. Back then, he was known for that long, iconic hair and an energy that seemed infinite. But he was smart, really smart. He knew that to truly dominate, he had to become more than just a lead singer. He had to become a brand. When he transitioned to his solo career, everything changed. He reinvented himself, cut his hair, and turned the name Safadão into a symbol of the ultimate Brazilian party. He wasn't just singing forró anymore. He was creating a lifestyle that millions wanted to be a part of. And man, did that vision pay off in ways most of us can't even begin to imagine. We aren't just talking about record sales here, because Wesley is a master of diversification. His financial empire is a beast of its own. Have you ever heard of the Haras WS? This isn't just a simple farm. It is a multi-million-dollar horse ranch where some of the finest horses in the country are bred and sold. We are talking about high-stakes auctions where a single horse can be sold for millions of reais. It is a world of prestige and luxury that most people never see. And then there is the WS Onboard Cruise. This is literally a floating gold mine. Imagine thousands of fans trapped on a luxury ship for days. all paying top dollar to see him perform while enjoying the finest amenities. It is pure genius from a business perspective. He turned his fame into a self-sustaining ecosystem of wealth that just keeps growing. The lifestyle that followed was exactly what you would expect from the king of the charts. His mansion in Fortaleza is like something out of a high-end movie, filled with designer fashion, luxury cars, and a level of comfort that screams success. He was always on the move, jetting from one side of Brazil to the other in his private plane, living a life of constant adrenaline. But here is the thing about being at the very top: the higher you climb, the thinner the air gets. Behind the designer clothes and the bright lights of the stage, a hidden struggle was beginning to brew. You see, being the face of Brazilian success comes with a price that is not measured in money, but in physical and mental health. The turning point came when his body and mind finally said enough. Despite all the money piling up in his bank accounts, Wesley started showing signs of extreme exhaustion. It wasn't just a case of being tired after a long tour, it was something much more serious. The world eventually learned about the terrifying anxiety attacks he was facing, the kind that make your heart race and the room spin even when you are surrounded by thousands of cheering fans. On top of that, his most important tool, his voice, was under constant threat. Vocal cord issues became a major concern, making it a full-blown medical necessity to stop. It's a scary thought, right? Your entire empire is built on your voice, and suddenly, it is starting to fail you. We also can't forget the immense pressure from his personal life that played out in the public eye for years. His historical tension and legal battles with his ex-wife, Mileda Mihaly, kept him in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Every move he made was scrutinized by the press. Balancing that level of drama with the demand of being the #1 artist in the country created a pressure cooker environment. It was a constant battle between his past and his present life with Thayane Dantas, all while trying to maintain his professional crown. The breaking point finally arrived when Wesley realized he couldn't keep running at this pace without falling apart. He had to make a choice: continue the chase for more fame or step back to save himself. If you look at his social media lately, the shift is undeniable. The high-octane stage photos have been replaced by quiet, intimate moments with his family and deeply personal religious posts. It is a side of him we rarely saw during the peak years. The money was still flowing, but his health was the new priority. But here's the big question that everyone is whispering. The money is still there, but what exactly is he doing right now to spend those millions while he stays away? You won't believe how his daily life has changed. The reaction on social media was nothing short of a digital storm, and the Safadettes were caught in a whirlwind of emotions. You can probably guess how it went down, right? On one side, you had the fiercely loyal fans who were totally supportive, flooding his comments with prayers and messages like, "Take your time, Wesley, your health comes first." But on the other side, things got a little spicy. Some fans felt abandoned, like they'd been ghosted by their favorite idol after years of funding his rise. They started questioning if he'd ever come back, or if this was just the beginning of a permanent exit from the stage. It was a total divide, but while the world was debating his next move, Wesley was finding a whole new kind of peace. This leads us to one of the most talked about chapters of his current life: his profound religious shift. This wasn't just some casual interest for the cameras. His baptism was a huge deal, a moment that signaled an internal transformation that changed how he views his existence. The rumors have been swirling ever since. Is he about to drop a full-blown gospel album? Will the man who gave us the ultimate party anthems start singing only about faith and worship? While he hasn't officially walked away from Forró, his lyrics have definitely taken a more spiritual turn. It's like he's trading the stadium lights for a different kind of inner light, and you can see the difference. The Safadão persona is still alive, but there's a new layer of depth that caught everyone by surprise. So what exactly does his daily life look like now that he isn't grinding through 30 shows a month? Well, he's living his best life at the Richest WS. This ranch isn't just a place to crash, it's a business empire centered around his passion for elite horses. Imagine spending your quiet mornings watching million-dollar stallions graze instead of rushing to catch a 4 a.m. private jet to another city. He's become a massive player in the horse breeding world, and let's be real, it seems to give him a level of satisfaction that the stage just couldn't provide anymore. Plus, He's finally getting to be a present father. No more missing birthdays because of an exhausting tour schedule. He's soaking up every second of family life in Fortaleza, and you can tell he's truly loving the quiet. But we have to ask the big question: what does the future hold for the king? Experts are speculating that the era of 30 shows a month Wesley is officially over for good. The new Wesley is all about quality over quantity. He's becoming super selective, choosing only the biggest projects that align with his new lifestyle and his health. But wait, there's a catch. While he's been resting, the music scene didn't just stop. Rising stars like Natan and João Gomes have been crushing the charts, stepping right into the void he left behind. Is a king still a king if he's not sitting on the throne every weekend? His legacy is undeniable. But the competition is fiercer than ever, and the public is moving on. Behind the scenes, his relationship with Thayane Dantas has become his rock. They're navigating this quieter life together, far from the constant paparazzi chase and the drama that used to follow them. Even with the lingering echoes of past legal battles with Malaida Mihaela occasionally popping up, they seem totally focused on a future of family harmony. They're living proof that you can find a way to live a normal life even with millions in the bank. It's a transition that not many superstars can handle without losing their way, but Wesley seems to be pulling it off with grace. At the end of the day, Safadão's journey is a powerful reminder that fame isn't everything. He reached the summit and realized that survival and legacy were more important than just adding another zero to his account. He's shifting from a frantic pop star to a sophisticated mogul and a devoted family man, and that's the most Safadão move he's ever made. What do you think about this new chapter? Did he make the right call by stepping back to save his mental health, or did he leave his fans hanging? Drop a comment below and let's get this conversation started. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more celebrity stories. Catch you in the next one.